Planet Z, a world where people and metal transformers called Zoids live together. This was the opening line to the story mode of Zoids Battle Legends that probably convinced me to not care about the story. Not to mention, when I did that Let's Play almost 10 years ago, I don't know why I refused to embrace my nerd identity and just admit that I'm playing an anime game because I like that kind of thing. And so I was unfairly harsh to the story mode in that game when I played it all those years ago. And so now, as I'm going through here right now to get this footage and to sort of replay it, I'm actually going to be reading some of the story dialogue because, unfortunately, with the other two games, primarily Zoids Versus 3, with a story mode that I actually care about, I don't have the luxury of being able to read it because it was never translated and localized in English, whereas this game was, so I should take advantage of it. But the word Transformers there really sticks out to me because these were both Hasbro licenses, and both Atari had the publishing rights to this game and the Transformers Armada game that also came out in 2004. I can't help but wonder if they're referring to the brand Transformers for... I don't know. It doesn't make any... Why couldn't they just say robots? Why couldn't they say metal creatures? Like, why transform? I don't know. Two great forces with Zoids have been at war with each other. The Republic and the Empire. Well, they can't just say the Helix Republic and the Gallos Empire. Many wars have been recorded in their history, and Zoids have been involved in... Yeah. So Blue Unicorn is a special team. It's like I wouldn't say a Black Ops team, but almost like an experimental task force within the Helix Republic. They're not really their frontline soldier kind of things. Team members became MIAs during a special mission. At the same time as their disappearance, a nearby Imperial base was attacked and destroyed by unknown Zoids. Was this the act of the missing Blue Unicorn team? Shoma, a new recruit, is selected to join the Blue Unicorn team. His first task is to search for the missing team members. And then, of course, this operator, who is going to be our field ops officer, is going to give us some data on the missing members of Blue Unicorn. Right before their disappearance, we received one of their periodic reports from the Imperial Outpost. Then there's no choice but to go out to the Imperial Outpost and check this out myself. Sorry I couldn't be much help to you. Good luck on your first combat. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Shoma leaves the Imperial Outpost where the Blue Unicorn team had disappeared. So that's the Imperial Outpost. It must have been a fierce battle. So much damage. I wonder if heavy combat Zoids did this. Something approaching on radar. A Zoid is approaching. And then we get Kuki here, who is going to be one of the prolific characters, not only in this game, but also in the sequel. Of course, he's going to taunt us a little bit, and we're going to take him up on that challenge. I do think that one of the other downsides about localizing this story, I know that was a terrible, terrible read on my part there, but one of the other downsides with trying to localize this story is the fact that we don't have the previous game to go off of in terms of the story. So, you know, I may actually do something crazy here and use the Cannon Tortoise for this fight. So I've been talking about how the Cannon Tortoise is actually really underrated, and so we're going to go over and make sure there's no subparts equipped on the Command Wolf, which I'm pretty sure there is not. Okay, so we can go ahead and outfit the Cannon Tortoise with those. Let's see. And all we have is a basic armor plate, which gives us +5 to armor and +3 to weight. So I actually kind of care about that in this run, as opposed to the old Let's Play where I just kind of haphazardly went into battle. We're going to save as well, just because I don't want to have to redo that opening cutscene if anything were to happen. Now, this, as I mentioned in the previous video, this memory card that I'm playing on is one of Michelle's, and I actually do not know how many, and it uses blocks of space, and I don't know how many blocks it has available, but apparently it has enough to save at least one tournament mode file and the campaign file, so We'll see what happens there. Now, this battle is against, again, Kuki's Attack Cat, or Hellcat, and it is a non-standard version, and it does have like boss level health, which is something really unique for this encounter. And it seems like with these Zoids that are really small and close to the ground, they're not extremely demanding on the frame rate, and so I was able to get, as you can see, like really high frame rates here with these really close battles with the... If I could actually hit the thing with the Cannon Tortoise's cannon, maybe this wasn't a good idea after all. Yeah, the Attack Cat Noir that has 3,000 health for whatever reason. Yeah, maybe this was a really bad idea picking the Cannon Tortoise. I'm pretty sure if our actual long-range cannon could hit it, it would deal decent damage. Maybe I'll stay from a great distance. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really good damage. Yeah, I'll stay really far away. This is what I was talking about, where the Cannon Tortoise's main cannon, as well as the Buster Tortoise cannon, have pretty good homing capabilities and pretty good damage, but they're just... The same thing with the Cannon Remulga cannon. It's like they're only effective at such extreme long range that it's not even worth it. It's only worth it in very niche situations. The other cannon on the Cannon Tortoise is pretty bad, though. The regular machine guns on the side there, pretty bad. I'm also not even technically locked on to the Attack Cat Noir. I'm just bombarding it with the homing projectiles. The blue open circle there is how you know you have a homing projectile weapon. Gonna use the shield again. Obviously, because this is the campaign mode, we don't care about points or our health at the end, because there is no such concept as that. We just care about winning. I don't know why I'm even still firing when its shield is up. Enough distance to where we can hit it. It's easier said than done when it wants to keep coming closer to us. And that battle would just be equally as tedious even with the Command Wolf. So the Command Wolf has just that regular stock cannon that it comes with. Rats, he got my joint area. And so far, I don't really see much in the way of translation errors or anything like that. So pay close attention in the background there, because that's the Cyclops Zoid, which I don't know if I actually demonstrated that in this Let's Play or if I had to wait until the Versus 3 Let's Play. But yeah, that's one of the experimental prototype Zoids that comes up in this campaign. He's like, what kind of Zoid is that being repaired? I've never seen that before. Alright, so this next mission all I have to do is destroy 5 enemy Zoids, doesn't matter which ones. Which I may go ahead and continue to use the Cannon Tortoise for that. Let's try the flexible booster, because not only does that look pretty cool, but that was one of the weapons I talked about that the Snipe Master had that... let's see, I'll plug. Increase to mobility, increase to radar search capability, okay. It doesn't hurt to actually look at what those things do, after all. My approach to it in the past, and even in the first Let's Play, was just, if it's a new piece of armor, just slap it on there. It's got to be better than the previous one. Oh, that might not be too bad of a weapon. Now, if I come up against some... Well, there's going to be some Mulgas here, I believe. There's already the Saber Tiger, which I might actually be able to deal with pretty easily. Sea Strikers. Might be too far away. At least the Sea Strikers are hovering, so there's a chance that I can still hit it with the main cannon, just like the arcing projectile of it. Watch that Saber Tiger. Yeah, so I may have been wrong. Maybe the flexible booster isn't too bad. I'm a little bit worried about this Saber Tiger though, because it's way out of our league compared to what we're using right now. But I think I still got this. Nice. Just get right up in its face. I still kind of maintain that the Sea Striker has got to be the second worst Zoid in the game, next to the Gustav. But these don't have the benefit of being bulky. They have very, very low health and armor. This Zoid is also referred to as Sinker in some of the Japanese versions. Oh my god, that building just blew up. As Manta in some of the other stuff. Let's see, there should be some more targets eventually. The flexible booster also has a lot of ammo. I just don't know why it's called the flexible booster. Cool, we've got a target. Oh man, the Cannon Tortoise is not bad for this early game. I mean, obviously the Command Wolf has a much better top end and is just generally going to hold its own against larger class types of Zoids, only because of its variety of weapons. But yeah, the Cannon Tortoise is not as bad as you would imagine it would be. Had a pretty good time with it. It pretty much has the same bad mobility as like the Mulga, but with really good weapons. So Shoma believes that the Imperial forces were trying to capture the prototype Cyclops in there. Hey, there's Tita, who is one of the prolific characters in the battle story. Shoma really doesn't... As far as I know, Shoma is either not in the first game or doesn't really do a whole lot. The first game mainly focuses on Zahn and Tita. We get Zahn a little bit later. Zahn got separated from us. Something just happened. Yeah, Cyclops. Oh, so that makes a lot more sense. Things I would have known if I had paid attention to the story in my previous playthroughs of this game. There's, I guess, some of the things that made me not take it as seriously is there's a couple of leftover, like, artifacts from the original Japanese version, like these loading screens right here. A lot of the menu text is exactly the same from the Japanese version. I may actually just leave everything the same. Maybe equip some different subparts, but... yeah, that's way better armor. I don't really think there's much of a difference there. Maybe change the color of my turtle. Maybe to blue. You like blue? Yeah, so this mission with the hover cargo is them transporting the prototype Cyclops thing to another base, whereas, you know, I wouldn't have known that in my previous playthroughs because I just didn't pay much attention to the story. So we've got to make sure it reaches its destination, so this might not be the most practical mission to use the Cannon Tortoise with, because I've got to be able to kill these things quickly, but at least we know we deal decent damage. Better damage than than we would against the with the Command Wolf. Also, I relied on the weapon binder in the previous Let's Play a little bit too much, purely out of necessity, because the regular AZ cannon that the Command Wolf comes stock with is just so bad that I had to rely on another weapon. But it seems like with the flexible booster that we're going to be pretty okay here. Here's our first appearance of the Mulga, technically. See if we can actually hit it with the actual cannon. We can get it with the cannon. Can we do it? Kind of. The persistent damage from Mulga missiles. Yeah, I'm really shocked at, I mean, again, we're just fighting Mulgas and Sea Strikers, but like, the damage from the flexible booster is pretty good, and it's accurate. It's what I like in a good weapon in this game. Maybe the Snipe Master is not as bad as I thought, or maybe some of the other Zoids that can equip this thing are pretty decent. We're getting pretty far along here. The speed on this thing is not terrible. Like, it's trucking along. So far, no other enemies on the horizon. But the artillery cannon itself will pick up a target probably before I even will. And it does make sense to be fighting, weaker Zoids in the campaign setting, because, we need to have... That's one of the things that's really cool about the story mode, as opposed to the tournament modes, is fighting more than two opponents in the same battle, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of potential there that was kind of underexplored about, there could be a lot of big, challenging, open battles with a lot of, like, a huge variety of different types of Zoids, but we never really got to see that. It's pretty much just your cannon fodder types, your Sea Strikers and Mulgas, and then a couple of competent Zoids. There's some missions where enemy Zoids spawn infinitely, such as the Chimera Dragons when we get into the enemy fortress level there towards the end of the Republic campaign. Yeah, that's some good damage there. Something else coming up over the horizon. We're almost at the end, though. Sometimes I wonder how I ever even failed this back in the day. I guess it was underselling the Cannon Tortoise and just thinking it was bad and useless. .360 no scope. That's actually quite a lot of fun. See, it has like an actual melee combo when you're meleeing on the ground, but your jump melee is literally 360 spin. Cannon Tortoise use rapid spin. It was not very effective. Also, really like the placement of the boosters there. I think that's pretty cool. Give us something else to kill. There's another Mulga. Hey, we did it. Alright. So wait, did they transported the Cyclops and then they got into an Imperial base? Oh, so there's an infight going on over here. Imperial Zoids fighting each other. The Rodiger team. Okay, so I guess this is one of the options we were talking about. So in the Let's Play of this game I did all those years ago, we always picked option A. We always helped the opposing faction or accepted help from them and got different Zoids as a result. So now we're always going to go with option B in this campaign. Zoids vs. 3 did not have these options because it was one long story as opposed to two separate split campaigns, just because of the structure of that story. So we're going to go with option 2. So we're gonna kill every last one of them. And for doing that, we get, in addition to the Snipe Master BU, we also get the Gun Sniper, which I'm pretty sure we only get the Snipe Master if we do the option A. So that's the difference. Now, I don't know if I care that we got the Gun Sniper. I need to see how much ammo the sniper weapon actually has on the Gun Sniper versus the... only has 15 shots. Do we have anything that I care about? No, let's take a look at the colors for the Gun Sniper, because I haven't seen all. That's a pretty cool one there. Green. Of course, the Naomi red. But you know what? I think I'm actually going to go with the Snipe Master BU for Blue Unicorn, and the reason being is, well, as we just discovered, the Cannon, and actually, you know what? I might still be able to use the Cannon Tortoise for this mission. Yeah, let's try it, because if I can't, I was going to take the flexible booster off and put that on the Snipe Master. Yeah, let's just try it, because I'm like 90% sure that we're still across the battlefield from these enemy units, and we can just literally just use the homing power on the Cannon Tortoise cannon to blow them all away. It looks like the head on the Cannon Tortoise, as an artifact of vintage Zoids, is like the exact same thing as the head on the old Godos or Trooper Zoid. So there's a Saber... Oh, that Mulga fell into the ravine. There's a Saber Tiger there with an assault unit, and it is helpless against our cannon here. Normally, if you were helping Rodiger, you would be helping the Saber Tiger and attacking the Mulgas with the sniper weapons on either the Snipe Master or the Gun Sniper or whatever. Probably, if I remember correctly, it is just the Snipe Master that you get here. All right. The Saber Tiger is dead now for all these Mulgas, which are just raining Hellfire missiles down on me. Not that I really care. Okay, I kind of do. Shouldn't say that. Okay, that's another Mulga down. I was just talking about how, like, this thing is good, but it's very situational because you're wanting to use the... You need enough range for these homing projectiles to get really locked on their target. And this seems to be the ideal map for that to be the case. I think that's our last target there. Yep. That was trivial. Man, Cannon Tortoise all the way in this run. Little did I know. Oh no! There's Zahn, and I think this is the mission that I complained about with the Shadow Fox. Yeah. Which, let me see, map info. So we just need to outrun the Lightning Sykes here. So yeah, we will go ahead and switch over to the Shadow Fox. I don't really care about outfitting it with any kind of different weapons or anything. I think we can actually switch players here too. No, we still have Tita, which actually, you know what, it might be better because, well, she has less turning, but she has better ranged power. Fuck it, let's go for it. I didn't play with her last time, so... And she's pretty cute. Let's go ahead and save. Yeah, I definitely want the booster on there. I won't even worry about subparts yet, because I think I still have to strip the Cannon Tortoise of its stuff before I go to ham. I just want speed. I want to be able to get away and get to the end zone. If I don't get stuck on the terrain. Yeah, this was a pretty infamous moment for me with that Let's Play because I just ragged on how utterly trash the Shadow Fox was, and it was bad in that mission because there was no good weapons to fight the Lightning Sykes with. You were so outmatched, it wasn't even funny. And then just the clipping on the terrain in this map is just so bad. Like, the Shadow Fox has pretty good speed and maneuverability, but you would never know that because you're constantly getting hung up on the terrain and everything. Oh, that was pretty cool. I managed to blow up that turret with my Gatling gun there. See what I'm talking about here? I'm literally just trying to walk straight forward, and I keep getting stuck on things. Once we reach this open section here that looks like a kidney, or we'll be in good shape here. That's our objective for this map. I think. Yeah, there we go. I don't know exactly where the end trigger is. Yeah, the little Vulcan gun on the Shadow Fox is really bad in this game, but it's pretty good in the anime, I guess. Is that another one of those people die when they are killed lines? Desert Liger for desert combats? What do you think? So yeah, Zana's here with the Desert Shield Liger, which we greatly appreciate. We'll probably finally be switching over to that. We get the Wild Weasel unit for the Shadow Fox, which, again, I don't know if I care. I almost want to try... Let's try something weird here. I've got an idea. And take the flexible booster off. Take all the subparts off. Put the flexible booster on the Snipe Master. Booster. The best armor. Increase mobility. And then we have 2,500 health on this thing, which is actually pretty decent. I think it's better than the Shadow Fox. And we're just going to see how much damage this flexible booster weapon actually does against these Lightning Sykes here. I think the Snipe Master and the Gun Sniper, which I guess you consider are like Raptor type Zoids, I guess you could say that they're decently mobile. One thing's for sure is we definitely have a decent amount of ammo capacity on these things. Oh boy, this could be bad. Oh, I forgot to mention, these things have like boss level health. They have like almost 4,000 health each. So far so good though, I really can't complain. We can't give any commands to Zahn though, or Zan, however you want to pronounce it. Keep getting hit over and over again by its melee attack. That's one of the things that you really get spoiled on playing the campaign mode too, is the access to those subparts that just give you like a huge amount of armor, so you can tank hits like that, which you would not be able to do in the tournament mode if you didn't buy those. Again, I don't think they're worth the money. I prefer to play with the challenge of the Zoids' raw stats. But maybe I'll play. I owe it to myself to play around with that stuff a little bit more at least. The thing is, when I jump backwards, the guns point up towards the sky, and I lose my shot. That sucks. Probably gonna die here. We got one of the lightning spikes. I think that's it. I don't think there's another one. Nice. So my stupid strategy wasn't so bad after all. Oh, I skipped over some dialogue there without really reading it. The thing I said I wouldn't do! Zan-senpai! Zen's pretty cool. I like him quite a bit. Him and Tita make a good team. Shoma I'm not super fond of. He just seems to kind of be here. So I guess there's another issue with the hover cargo carrying the Cyclops, so we gotta go deal with that now. And we get the Desert Shield Liger. We also get a beam Gatling unit, which I don't know what that's supposed to go with. Definitely not the Shield Liger. Here we go. And can we play as Zahn now? We can, but he has the best melee damage stat, the combat stat. But I'm going to stay on Tita, actually, just for variety and for the sake of the range damage, the arms damage. Let's go to settings. Go back to the Snipe Master. I try to always... I got into the habit of always like stripping the Zoids naked when I would go to... go on a different Zoid as my primary, but the only real purpose of that is weapons and subparts. Unless it's a weapon that's unique to that Zoid, or it's their option piece right here, because their option is unique to them, and you always unlock the specific options for that Zoid. So I don't want the 20mm cannon up there. I want the long-range rifle, and I would love the Mark II cannons, but I don't think we get those quite yet. Yeah, I don't know why they gave us the beam Gatling unit. I don't really want the shield either. I want boosters. Okay. Ah, yes, this one. So we have Red Horn and Dark Horn and a couple of Mulgas. Do I want to go back to the Snipe Master for this? I kind of do. Because I think I might be able to snipe those the Red Horn and Dark Horn before they even get in range. Also, the Snipe Master Blue Unicorn has better health. And I'm not going to lie, I really like that flexible booster weapon. On a different melee weapon here, this Strike Tonfa. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but we're going to try it. Booster, I'm not even going to bother to move my sub parts over. We're just going to go into it. I'm pretty confident, honestly. Like, I'm not at all worried about it. This was one of the most memorable campaign chapters for this campaign, for me at least. Again, it's a good example of, again, a big wide open battle with multiple assets on screen, multiple objectives. The Zoids are non-standard, non-stock. The Red Horns have a lot of health. And again, they're definitely non-standard, non-stock Red Horn and Dark Horn, because the Red Horn has a Gatling unit and it has its 3-barrel linear cannon as well. And the Dark Horn, I think, has a double Gatling unit, so it's got two different types of Gatling units, one in each slot there on its back. So they really were not afraid to customize the weapons that the AI Zoids had here in the campaign, which I think is really cool. And I wish we could get a little bit more intel on that before going into the battle. But the Red Horn also has smoke, which is another unique aspect to its particular loadout here. Like, I wish we could see that loadout after we're. I mean, I guess it wouldn't make sense from the story perspective to be able to tell what your enemy's loadout is before you even encounter them. But, you know, having that kind of intel on an enemy would be pretty broken. We cannot target it when we're inside the smoke. I mentioned before in the Let's Play that the missiles from the Mulga can deal up some damage over time pretty quickly, so you gotta be careful. I'm gonna snipe this thing. Nice. Thread the needle this time. Alright, where's the Dark Horn? Yeah, look, that's like half of the Mulga's health with a single shot. The Dark Horn has mines, which we should be able to avoid pretty easily. We're behind it, which is kind of a pain. It is really slow, so I might be able to get some decent damage off with the actual sniper weapon tail, but I'm not going to chance it. The hover cargo is barely going to take any damage if I have the Dark Horn over here distracted. I wonder if the non-basic stats, like the health of some of these campaign Zoids, have to do with its subpart loadout, or if they just invent, like, they just put random health on it because they feel like it. Like, hey, this just has like 4,500 health just because. I'm actually really worried about dying here because I keep getting hit by like Mulga missiles from behind and stuff like that. It keeps getting stunned. Oh, it could be in melee range here. That's not good. The Dark Horn is not really firing its Gatling units, though. It seems to be sticking with the mines. They just have this thing loaded down. Like, it's just so slow. If I lose this, though, I'm not going to be mad, because, again, this is, like, unconventional strats, but it's just a huge time waste. Alright, you're just begging me to... Alright, reap what you sow. Now I have to be really careful here, because even this Mulga, a well-placed missile could take me out. But the flexible booster prevails again. Kind of a silly pose there. Yeah, I'm not mad at all, guys. I actually am really fulfilling a lot of expectations I had for a second playthrough of this game, which is to play around with Zoids I normally don't play with. So to do the Buster, or the Cannon Tortoise and the Snipe Master like this is exactly what I set out to do. I'm pretty sure there were some people in the past as well that have asked me to do, what do you call, that have asked me to do the Snipe Master in the past. Would be pretty pleased with my performance here. So he gathered some intel from the enemies that ran away. Dataless Zoid coded BD1. I'm pretty sure that refers to the bloody Death Saurer. Oh god. So let's see if I can pronounce her name here. So I think it's supposed to be Leviathan or Leviathan, or probably Leviathan. So she's kind of one of the people that is obviously she's with Terrorgeist, and she's one of the people trying to resurrect the bloody Death Saurer. Rika. So Zahn even remarks, as a reference to Zoids versus 1, that he's already beaten the Death Saurer before. So Rika's like, my Zoid is the bloody Death Saurer, a symbol of our organization. So we just have to survive against it until the bloody Death Saurer arrives. Cool, so I think it's finally time to switch over to the Desert Shield Liger, though, because we finally have the Mark II cannons and a booster, which is what I want. So let's strip everything off of the Snipe Master. I still don't know why they gave us a beam Gatling unit when we don't have anything to put it on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. We can put that on the Shadow Fox. Again, I don't know why you'd ever want to do that, but you can. I realized I also I'd never put any subparts on the... I knew that. I just did that in the previous thing. Missile Pod, B Cannon S, are the Mark II cannons, so we can only change them to 2 colors. Does it look better to have them in gold for the Desert Liger? I don't think so. Oh, wait, did we get new subparts? Super Z armor. I think this is where the Elephanters are, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So we should be able to blow them away with the Mark II cannons pretty easily. And then the Death Saurer shows up at the end of this. And we're supposed to just survive until the reinforcements arrive and not engage the bloody Death Saurer in this encounter. We can take out these Elephanters, though. We learned a lot about the Elephanters in the last video, and we decided that the elevator is not that bad. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. But it's a large target, and just the raw power of the Mark II cannons is going to be enough here. They deal way more damage than the long-range rifle anyway, so I'll just use the long-range rifle here for fun. Be nice if you could hit something, you know? Whatever. The Mark II cannons have a decent amount of ammo as well. Not too much, but enough to get by. These Elephanters appear to be stock as well. Like, they don't really have a whole lot of health compared to those those horns we just fought in the previous battle. I do need to try all of the... it seems like the Elephanter has a lot of unique weapons from what I saw, though, and I need to try a few more of those before I really have my mind made up. Alright, reinforcements are here, and it's time to take on the Bloody Death Saurer, which... I don't know if I unlock a new Zoid for doing this or not. I do, the Liger Arrow, which... let's see, AZ 250mm 2 LR... I think that's the gun that the Command Wolf AC has, which is not good. And then beam launcher. I don't know what can equip the beam launcher except for maybe the Shadow Fox. Do I even care about the Liger Arrow? Like, it's basically the same thing as the Desert Shield Liger in a way. Oh, it does have a lot more health, though. We need a model kit of this thing, guys. We still don't have one. HMM Liger Arrow win. That. Want that. Oh, that sucks. We don't have a booster, or maybe we. Yeah, it's definitely a different booster than the than what the Shield Liger has. So we'll have to unlock it. What colors can we have? White, blue, red. Same colors as the... I have an idea. There we go. Liger Arrow Mark II. That does look pretty cool. This, I guess, is the first boss of this campaign, so it's like the mid-boss. We have a couple of allies, including a D-Bison. Thing that staggers for such a obnoxiously long time. Having multiple Zoids attacking this thing at once seems like it'd be helpful, but it's kind of not. We're gonna block those missiles with the shield. Oh, it looks like a Buster Tortoise down there. How cool. So we know we have at least a Buster Tortoise and a D-Bison as our allies. I will say this, though. As much as I want to see larger scale battles with a huge variety of Zoids like this, the more units they put on screen, the frame rate just absolutely takes a massive dump. I just got my ass handed to me there by the head cannon on the bloody Death Saurer. It's almost dead, though, or it's like 2/3 dead, I should say. Waiting on those missiles. Only a few of them targeted me. That's what the shield's for. I love the artwork on the... It's on the Command Wolf... It's either the Command Wolf Irvine Special or the Command Wolf AC, the artwork on the HMM of that shows the shield logger with its shield deployed just tanking a bunch of hits, and it's just like the coolest freaking thing to me. If you guys haven't checked it out already, definitely check out that HMM art book because it's awesome. So these Republic fighters are getting beaten up pretty bad, it looks like. The D-Bison is pretty low on health. I don't know about the Buster Tortoise because we only have one ally health bar on the side there. We can't give orders to him, though. Not that it would matter too much. If this was Zoids versus 3, though, we'd already be dead from... We would literally already be dead from friggin' missiles. Ah, great. So they disabled the Bloody Death Saurer and retreated so that Terra Geist wouldn't show up with more reinforcements. Captain Albane, we know him. He's got pretty good stats, too, if I remember correctly. We get the long-range pulse cannon. We get D-Bison stuff. I don't really care about that. I don't think we're going to use the D-Bison. I would like to, but it's just not as not as viable. I think this is where we're going to cut it off, though, because I need a break for my voice here. I've done 2 of these commentaries back to back, and I'm just worn out. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.